Today we're going to explore, fight, and build as we start a challenging new adventure in Enshrouded. Well guys, here we go. I've been waiting for this for so long. I am super excited to jump into this Let's Play, and it all starts here. I literally remember playing this game months ago, and it feels kind of weird to be back in here, but already I'm so excited to get started. And one of the things I actually love is just the way this door opens. I mean, I know it's a simple little thing, but I do kind of love it. One thing you don't want to skip out on is the little books that you see right here. And you can actually read them if you want, but they actually add experience, as you can see in the top left. So you can just hit them and then escape out of them to get that. You can read them if you want to learn a bit more about the lore. Now, the first time I played in this world, I was so excited to run straight into that cave that I actually missed all the loot that's right here. So let's make sure we don't do that this time and see what we get. So we've got a torch and some bandages here. Both of those things will definitely be very useful. Looks like some more bandages over here as well. Another thing I missed the first thing I played through is this right here. You can get this torch right here for an extra torch. So yeah, you got to be like looking out everywhere in this game, which is actually one of the things I really like about it. Okay, I remember this bit being super fun. Basically, we get to loot these giant firebomb things. In fact, they're called explosive powder balls. I should probably call them by the right name. And we just select them in our inventory and throw them here. Already, we're off to an explosive start. And yeah, there we go. Looks like we've just about cleared the way. And of course, it opens up to even more loot. And that's one thing I really remember about this game and enjoy about this game is the amount of looting that you can do. Another one of these book things here, incidentally. But yeah, we get a ton of looting. One thing that's not as obvious, though, is you can smash open things like these barrels right here. You see we get some loot from them. There it is right there. So we got some wood logs from that. And sometimes you'll get things that aren't just wood as well. I think I've got some rags from some and stuff like that. So definitely worth like keeping an eye out on this game. Another thing you can do is smash through areas like this. I remember this being a thing. And there we go. There's actually a hidden chest right here. Another torch and some bandages. But, you know, it all helps. And in fact, talking to torches, let's see what we're doing here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. One thing I want to do actually is get my hotbar sorted pretty quickly. So let's put our axe, that's our main weapon, in there. And the torch we're using in there. Something I recommend you guys do early on in the game so that when you come across enemies and things, you're able to get to them very quickly. All right, we're now enshrouded, and I think we're about to, yeah, there we go, encounter our first enemy. So let's just go ahead and give him a bit of a hit. These are just 2 hits, so you can actually run up and kill them pretty easily before they even get to you. And we can obviously take all the stuff from them too. And we're done. We're through the cave. We're out the other end. We survived. I mean, we should do. I'd be very disappointed if I died there, but still, that's pretty good. The thing now as well is if we die, we will return back to this beacon rather than going all the way back to the start. So that's actually pretty useful. All right, this is the first place that we've come to since we've come out, and there is just a ton of loot in here. So I'm going to go around and do, well, a lot of looting. The other cool thing about this, though, if you don't manage to make your own bed on day 1, you can actually sleep here. There's a bed right here. If we go up to it, you see it does give the option there to sleep, which is pretty cool. But now, though, I just want to be looting all the stuff that's in here because I remember there being a ton of stuff in this area. Oh my goodness, whoa, what is that? Hello. That was something there attacking me that I really didn't expect. We can at least loot the little dude. We got a fur patch and also some raw lean meat. Okay, that's great. How are we doing? We are a little bit injured from that. Let's put a bandage on. And the bandage will give you immediately like a little bit of health, and it heals more over time too. So that's why they're so useful. You will take a lot of damage early on this. Oh, there's another one. Hey. Okay, there we go, he's dead. Was not expecting those dudes, but hey, we got some stuff from them, so it's all good. Now, when you're out exploring, if you see any of this stuff, you want to go ahead and pick it up and get the plant fiber from it, because if we go into our crafting right here, you see that if we want to make up, oh, it's going to be a tutorial, okay, didn't need that. If we want to make up string right here, then you need plant fiber for that. And string is something you'll need a lot of early on in the game, and it can be a little tricky to get enough of if you're not picking up all that stuff as you're going through. Also, we got a health potion right here as well, so let's go ahead and take that one. If you're wondering whereabouts I am on the map, I've just come down from here, and it was just in there. In fact, if I open the map, it's basically here. So if you're playing along at home, you're looking for these things, a health potion is so useful early game, that's for sure, and that's where you can get one of them from. There's a campfire here, which means we have a few options. One thing is we can press E and we can look to cook some stuff. So what we need to do is put the food in our action bar first. So in my inventory, in number 8 right there in the action bar, you can see we do have some food. So if we go ahead and look at the campfire right there, press cook, then we can scroll over to that right there and hold down left click, and we can actually cook it up. And then it does this animation once it's cooked, and there we go, it's now some cooked meat. So we can see here like the stats right there of this right here would actually give us food poisoning, so that's not good at all. Versus once we cook it, then obviously we get decent food from that. So I'm going to go ahead and cook the other one while we're here. And then also another thing you can do, if you can get comfortable near a campfire, it does provide the warmth. You can get your rested bonus back up as well. So you see right there, now that we're away from the campfire, our rested bonus is counting down from 5 minutes. But by sitting down next to it, that's what we got it back up to. Now, you can see in here on the other side of the wall where the campfire is, I'm sheltered, I've got warmth, I've got comfort. So my rested has gone up now to 6 minutes. So rested is something you want to try and, you know, get as much as you can of early on in the game. So when we see campfires, we need to make sure we remember to take the opportunity to get that back up. If you're enjoying this video and would like to see more Enshrouded content, then please do consider subscribing. Now, with all this looting that we've been doing, I'm just wondering what we could actually craft up if we wanted to. So for example, yeah, we could make up some rag armor, you can see here, which needs some strings. So that's one of the reasons we need that. So let's craft up the top right there. And we'll go for the pants too. I think we're going to be a little light here. We need a bit more string and cloth to make up the shoes. But now that we've done that, we can go ahead and equip these. So let's equip you and equip you. That's great. Just gives us a little bit more armor, basically. So you can see here, physical resistance there and magical resistance is 17 for the top and 11 for the bottom. So having those on is just a little bit of extra help, and might be the difference between living and dying. So I figure we should definitely do that. Now, another thing we can make up actually is the wand, and I want to do that pretty early on into the game. It's a really useful ranged weapon. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put that in my number 2 slot so I can get to that even quicker. And in fact, I'm wondering, can I make up a shield yet? Looks like I can. So let's go ahead and craft that up. But what we can do is just right click that and equip it. There we go. So it actually, oh, it doesn't need to be in the hotbar. That's so cool. Okay, so we just have our weapons down here. Now, I've been so busy looting that I haven't really been paying attention to the quest that we have right now. So perhaps that's something I should get on with. It's so tempting to just keep looting though, because there's so much going on here. If we press J though, and then spacebar, we can open up the quest right here. And basically what we need to do is reach the spot that is it's shown to us at the top there, right? That little exclamation mark. So we're going to run off and get to that little spot. So here it is. We're going to build the flame altar around here, and that way we are going to make our first little base. So you can see that's what the quest is sending us to do. Now, to do that, the flame altar right here, we're going to need 5 stones. So it's just a case of running around looking for stone. You can just find them on the map like this and just go ahead and collect them. So we've got 3 right there, and there's going to be like another 3, I guess, right here. Yep, we're good. So now we can build that up. So let's go ahead and open up the crafting once again, craft up a flame altar, and that should now be in our inventory somewhere. Yes, there it is. So I think if we put that in our hotbar and then select it, then we can go ahead and place it down. It puts you in this build mode, so you've got a way bigger field of view and stuff to see what you're doing. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter too much as long as this is like central around here. So boom, we'll place it down there. That's awesome. And now I think we have to commune with the flame in order to, like, you know, make sure it knows that we've built it and stuff like that. Later on, you see here, we can upgrade it and stuff too, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. What I will do is just run around this area though and see if I can find any plant fibers, and any ones that I can find, of course, we're going to go ahead and get them. Another useful thing could be to pick up any of the mushrooms and things. Oh, what do we get there? Purple berries. Okay, that's going to be pretty cool too. You see these like mushroom things just here, so there's a lot of them around. I'm guessing we're going to need all of this. I mean, mostly in survival games, this is my strategy, just to loot everything. And, you know, typically you will need it all, so I think it's probably a good way to go. And how cool are the views from up here and the promise of the adventure that awaits us? I mean, this is episode 1, but I hope really that we get to look back on this one day, and this world right here is probably just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, if we open the map, you'll see right here, we start down in this little bit. There's all of this map to explore, right? I mean, you can see just how vast this is. It's taken me forever just to scroll through it. Well, there's the corner. Okay, wow, that took a while. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the exciting things about this world, is the possibilities just feel absolutely huge, don't they? So it turns out there's absolutely a ton of plant fiber in this area. We've also been picking up a load of berries and things as well, which is really good. We're going to get off to a pretty decent start right here. I'm noticing it is getting darker, so we might have to sleep soon, and I'll probably just steal that other bed that I showed you guys earlier. I think that's going to be useful for us on day 1. Oh, a wolf. Okay, so you have to be careful. There's wolves roaming around. They're not as bad as you might think, though. In fact, I'll show you on camera. So here we go. He's seen us. We just right-click with our shield to block. He comes at us, and then we give him a couple of hits. Then we're going to block again and do the same thing. Oh, yeah, she got one in on me there. But there we go. You can see, like, I was kind of rushing through that a little bit, but we still got the stuff pretty easily. We can take all of that stuff, and obviously that's going to be food and other resources there with the bones that we can use. So they're a bit scary, but that's why you want to rush making the shield, in my opinion, because once you've got that, like, most of the early game mobs you're going to face are just so much easier as soon as you have that shield. Okay, it looks like I accidentally turned the last thing I was cooking there into tar. I don't know if I overcooked it or what happened with that. I guess that's something I need to be careful of. I think once you're done cooking, you have to release it. So like that, I think if you hold it too long, you end up with tar, which is this stuff right here. Not very pretty, but useful when it comes to creating protection from the elements. Okay, so this maybe will have a use later on. Now, it certainly has gotten dark, so in fact, the torch might be a bit more appropriate, especially as I'm recording here. We're going to go and find that bed and sleep through the first night. Alrighty, here is the bed. If I go onto the map right here, you can see where it is. So, for example, if you wanted to set a waypoint here, you know, it's basically there. You can see here you have 2 options. If you right-click away from a known waypoint, you can create a marker or set a waypoint. So we could create a little marker here with like a flag and make it green, because why not? Then it will show up like that for us. And then anytime we open up our map, there is that marker and we know, oh, that's our bed. And you can just go ahead and right click it and it becomes a waypoint. Anyway, that is now our waypoint. So let's go in here and let's sleep through the night. So we just lie down in bed and we can see the time passes there until the cockerel calls, and that is morning time to get back up. So here we go, a quick little snooze and we're off again. Now there really is so much that we could do right now, which is one of the beauties of this game. But what I'm going to do is follow the main quest line. So if we go ahead and open up J and see the next quest, we're going to find the sleeping survivor. This will entail traveling through the shroud. So that is obviously the misty area where there's going to be lots of enemies and things awaiting us for sure, but ultimately should be a good progression in the game. Now, just before I do that, I want to go ahead and put some things down here in a chest. So we're going to go ahead and use this as like a base area and get on with doing that. Now, to do that, we're going to go into the crafting area here, make up a workbench. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we're going to need this workbench. Oh, there we go. It is equipped in number 8. And we need to place it down somewhere here. All this is probably going to move, so for now I don't really care. I'm just going to place it down like that. And then we can go into its GUI to do other crafting things. So you can see here we can make a tiny chest, but we're going to need 3 string. String coming up again and again, which is why I recommended it so much. Let's go ahead and craft up 3 of those. You can see I've got a ton of plant fiber. So if you run around the area, you can find it. But if you're not thinking to pick it up, then you might not. So that's the chest crafted up anyway. And then we can go ahead and place that down. And again, not too worried for now. It's just going to go down there. Opening it up, I just want to put in anything that I don't think I'm going to need. So like on this adventure, we're probably going to need the stone, the twigs, the metal scraps, anything like that. Now, things I do want to take with me are things like the berries and the bandages, these explosive powder balls, definitely some food like the lean meat there and some water. So, the health potion, 200 health. Yeah, definitely want to take that as well. Maybe we'll keep that up in our backpack though. The reason we're doing this is you're going to find a lot of stuff on the way. And if you don't get a bit more selective with what you do and don't take, then you're going to run out of inventory space pretty quickly. The other thing I want to do is just craft up a load of string. I actually wish there was a way we could craft up a lot more than just having to click it each time. The reason we want to do that is if we come down to rags, we can make up some of these ragged boots as well. We just as well make them because we've got an inventory slot ready for them. We've got obviously the pants on and the top at the moment. It'd be good to have those as well. The other thing I'm going to do is just craft up a few bandages because I'm sure I'll need them at some point, even if not on this trip. It's just get us a little bit more ready for our adventure. With all that done, it's time to set off, but not before a nice hearty breakfast of, well, I guess some berries would be good, right? We can just eat a few of those. Get our health regen going up there, as you can see. And it's one of those things as well. You eat them and it gives you a bit of health, but it regens over time too, which is awesome. Incidentally, you might also notice that if I go to number 2 in my hotbar, this is the hatchet. It is now fully regened again because on the right here, if you craft and repair, when you use the workbench, it will repair all the things that it can repair for you too. So that's really useful early game. You can repair all your tools rather than having to make new ones. Now for this quest, we do have a thing up on the top of our screen showing us where we need to go. So it really is just a case of following that marker and encountering a ton of adventures along the way and enemies, I'm sure. But then we will obviously complete that quest and something really cool happens. I'm not going to tell you what just yet. I don't want to give away too many spoilers and things, but this is quite a fun one to get us started. We are in the Enshrouded Mist and I'm going to switch to my main weapon of the wand. And once we get to our first enemy, I'll show you why. In the meantime though, we're going to collect all this stuff. This is Shroud liquid and there's a ton of it in here. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to need it for just yet, but I just know that we will need it. There is an enemy just over there and you can actually press tab if you want to lock onto them. I guess it wasn't close enough. Let's get a bit closer. There we go. And you can fight them that way. I actually personally just find it easier not doing that, but I thought I'd mention it in case you wanted to. This is why I like the wand, guys. You can see here it's a ranged weapon. So while this guy is slowly lumbering towards us, we're just going to go ahead and kill him without really putting ourselves in harm's way or taking any damage or anything like that. And then we obviously get some stuff from him. Oh, that looked cool. What was that? Hold on. We just get like a really awesome sword. So we get 11 damage from this rusty short sword. It's actually the same as a hatchet, but it does mean it's an extra weapon for us, so never a bad thing. Now that enemy that we just fought there was obviously quite an easy enemy, but as you're about to see, we are going to encounter some that are much more difficult, and that's where having the shield and the wand is going to be really useful. And this wasn't meant to be one of those. I was trying to get away from him, but you can see here he's come at us, and this is where the blocking is really, really important. Get a few hits on him and then just block. See, they're quite slow, that's the thing. So he's going to try and attack us here. We can block, walk back, and then use our ranged weapon. Once we get further through this mist and stuff like that, there are some enemies that are way more difficult than these dudes that you find in here. Oh, we found a ring. Rings are always useful to find. Let's see, plus 8 stamina and plus 10 health. That sounds fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead. Did I hear an enemy? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. Definitely want to equip that ring then straight away. That's going to really help us for sure. And let's see if there's anything else to loot around here. This is pretty cool as well. We found this hourglass capsule. We can press E and we can consume it and it restores our time, as you see at the top of the screen there, that we can stay enshrouded. So that's a pretty useful little thing there. If you're running low, you just got to find one of those. Okay, we're up to this camp right now, and this camp can be a little tricky. So just like a little heads up on that. You see there are some enemies here already that are right outside that camp. Actually, it's just a wolf. Okay, there are some enemies in the camp, that's for sure. Okay, so I should have probably blocked that attack, and that's why I talk about the shield so much. Let's go ahead and kill this dude. There we go, he's dead. Then we're going to heal up and take on the camp. So let's put some bandages on. That'd probably be a really good starting thing. And let's eat some food as well. And you can see there now up at the top left, that food has actually extended our health bar quite a lot. So with that and the bandages, even when you get to a sticky situation like I did just there, we're actually now up on our starting health, which is why coming on this adventure prepared is really important. Now that we're here, we want to approach this camp with caution and try to just pick the enemies off one by one, because there's several of them in there. and fighting them as a group is obviously always more difficult. So I'm just trying to like slowly go in. Rushing straight in here, guys, is really not a good idea. Just a heads up on that one. I'm trying to get close enough that just that first one sees me and comes, and not both of them. Okay, well, I guess they're both coming. Maybe not. Okay, so you can see here, he comes and then he does this attack, and it looks scary, but it's actually really slow. And this is where having the range thing is really useful. We just block, we walk slowly backwards away from him, we get a load of hits in. He's not really actually able to deal with us. The first time I came in here, though, I did it, or I tried to do it with just a hatchet, and I died. This was in my test game, not in this world, but that's why I'm giving you guys a heads up on this one. And then we're just going to repeat that process and just shoot at this dude as he comes at us. And when he gets a bit close, just block, let him do his attack. It just slows him down. He doesn't really have any way of hitting us when we do that. We're going to be able to safely take him down and then loot him. Now, over here, we have some mysterious flasks, which sounds kind of cool. Let's open up our backpack real quick. What does it say about them? Oh, they're an elixir buff, so 30% damage multiplier, 1 minute maximum time in the shroud comes off, actually, minus 1 minute in the shroud, but they give you extra damage. That's useful to know. Oh, and I just died. I think there's a tripwire bomb around there, guys, so yeah, let me come back and I'll show you where that was. That really caught me off guard. Incidentally, this is why you don't want to die, because you come back to your altar that you've built, but you can see we're now like 500 meters away from where we died. If I open up the map instantly, there we go. So this is showing us like where we're heading to. That's where we're trying to get to. That's where we died. So that's how close we were. But we've come all the way back here. We have to do all that again. We do, however, have a tombstone that we can get to, so you can get your items back, but it is still, you know, a bit annoying, basically. What I'll do, I'm going to go back and show you where that tripwire bomb was, so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. If you do die whilst you're back here, you see my wand right now is pretty damaged. We just want to go over to the bench right here, go craft and repair, and then we can just escape back out of it, and you'll see my wand is now fully repaired, as is anything else that can be repaired. So yeah, you just as well make the most of that, of course, while you're back here. But let's head on now, and I'll get us back to where we were meant to go. Oh, look at these things. Let's harvest one of those. That's pretty cool. What have we got out of that? Some wax, it looks like. That's kind of good. And some honey. I wonder what this stuff does. So let's have a look right here. 15 stamina recharge. That's pretty good, actually. A nice little sugar rush there early on. And then this is the wax up here, which is used for illumination of all sorts. Interesting. One other thing I wanted to mention, because this wasn't immediately obvious to me, but you can actually climb up this thing right here. You just jump at it and then hold down W, and you go ahead and ascend up there. I'm sure most people would probably have, you know, figured that out and whatever, but I didn't think there was any real downside of letting you guys know that. Okay, here we are, back to the scene of my own demise. And basically what happened, as I was walking through this corner right here, so you've got like this building and stuff here, this gateway there. As I was walking, this orange ring appeared around me on the floor. If that happens, just run, okay? Run away. I didn't. I was trying to figure out what it was, and I died because this all blew up, basically. Anyway, you can see here, we can retrieve all of our stuff from our grave, so let's just go ahead and take all of that. Why not? Yeah, so don't make the same mistake I did, basically. Okay, one really useful thing to know that I actually didn't know till just now, I'm gonna let this guy attack. If I look at him and press escape, I have not paused the game. He is still coming for you guys, so do be very wary of that, okay? Escape does not pause the game. Again, if it happened to me, I figured it could happen to somebody else, so I'd probably mention it. Now, it appears that you're closing in on getting to where you need to get to. You see, we're 60 meters away, but actually it is up there. So if you head down this way, you're not going to find it. What you need to do is go back through this camp and back out the entrance you came in. This camp really is just more about looting and, you know, getting your XP up from killing all the mobs and stuff like that. Talking of which, before we go, I think if I throw one of these down there, can I blow that out the way? It looks like I can. Can I get down here now? Oh my goodness, did I even want to? All right, let's make sure we've got our wand ready. I think we can get back up there. I really hope we can. This is a little bit scary. Oh, okay. All right, please let me up here. Oh, geez. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. There is a dude down there. Should I just throw a bomb down at him, see if we can do something there? I think we got a decent hit on him, maybe. Okay, from up here, it seemed pretty safe. We're getting some good hits on him. I'm trying to, like, take it on more so for content than anything else. It is proper scary down there. Okay, I did manage to kill him. We get some stuff off of him. Is there anything else going on here? So that's actually really cool. If we fire the wand into a room like this, you'll see it lights it up and we can kind of see what's going on a little bit. So yeah, it's useful. I mean, you could switch to your torch, but sometimes you want to make sure you got a weapon in hand in case you get caught unawares by something. Oh wow, fireball. They sound super fun. Okay, let's take those. Oh, and we can actually repair equipment down here too. That's so cool. So let's see, my wand. Yeah, there we go. Everything is now repaired. So finding this little area down here is really useful, especially after a while of exploring. So here's the front of the camp. And if I open up my map, you'll see this is where we are right now. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that's kind of helpful, at least that you come out this front entrance here. We just turn around like this. There's a bit of a hidden pathway up the mountain. You can see just over here, we can run up like this. Now you are going to be enshrouded up here. That's how you sort of know you're on the right road. But this is going to take you up the mountain to where you need to get to in order to complete this quest. Now, there are enemies here, so do be careful. Once you get here, you will have to fight them. So if I can actually hit one, there we go. He's just getting angry, but he is going to come at me. And there's another one just over to my right. Yep, there's another one, a dude there. So once you get up here, do be wary of that, especially if it's dark like it is here for me. And here we go. We head on in here to the vault. Now, there is more enemies in here. It looks like at least one anyway. So let's go ahead and take care of him and then complete the quest. Up here, we are going to awaken our first survivor, which is so cool. And there he is, Oswald Anders the blacksmith. Okay, so he's been awakened, whatever. And now we actually get to take him and put him back at our base. This is so cool. I'm going to show you guys this in just a sec. Now, fear not, you do not have to walk all the way back to your base. In fact, I think this tip here might be telling us that there you go, you can actually fast travel. So we go back to our map right here. You see there, you can click right here or just press R and it will fast travel to your last visited altar. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We get this really awesome teleportation effect right here, and we're going to go back to our altar. So here I am back at my starting altar right there. What I'm going to do right now is go sleep in that little bed again, wherever that is. I'll find that, and in the morning we're going to get the dude back here, and I'll show you what I mean by the fact we can have him in our base. It's a really cool NPC interaction, and the first of many that you can have in Enshrouded. Incidentally, this is the useful thing about making your own little waypoint. You see right there now, I can just set that as a waypoint because I created a marker. You know, I did that before on camera. So now when we come out of here, we know exactly where we have to go to in order to get to that bed. You will start to learn the map as you play through, of course, but when you're new to the game, this is actually super useful, I found. Okay, another new morning, another new adventure awaits. If we go into our crafting right here, this is the summoning staff. Pretty simple to make, as you can see. So let's go ahead and make up one of those. Now we want to select it with number 4. It was in our hotbar right there. And we can tab to ready it up and then click over here to get Oswald. And we can place him down wherever we want. Okay, this is the cool little dude Oswald. Everything else is over here, so let's just put him down there for now. You can move him instantly. I can just press tab and move him later on if I wanted to, so you don't need to stress too much about where you put him at this stage. Once he is placed though, we can go up to him and talk to him. So talk and craft. And you see here, you got a couple things going on. So if you go into craft right here, you have all like these different things that are now new things you can craft in the game. So that in itself is awesome. The other thing you can do though is click on these right here, crafting first gear. So there we go. We've now got a quest updated. So by selecting that option, if we go press J and go onto our quest with spacebar, you see right here that we have a new quest. And we have to craft up either a spike club or a scrappy sword. So let's actually go ahead and do that. So if we speak to him and go on to craft, then let's have a look here at one-handed weapons. So we need 4 nails in order to make the spike club. We only have 1 I found on my travels, but we only need 2 if we want to make up the scrappy sword. And nails, you'll see here, can actually be made using the metal scraps, which you should have found plenty of by this stage as long as you're doing a lot of looting. Now with them crafted up, we can go ahead and make up our rusty sword, which actually does 16 damage. So that's pretty cool. And with that crafted, we have now completed the quest. And these are the rewards we get. It actually does tell you the rewards before you do it, but you're going to get those rewards from doing that quest. Now, the rewards are basically the 75 XP plus whichever one of these you make up. You don't actually get these 2 things and the 75, but yeah, there you go. Just letting you guys know that. With all this experience gaining and stuff like that complete, we've got this right here, the skills section. We actually have a couple of skill points, it says here in the top left, that we can spend. Now, at this stage, you can see there's all different kind of directions you can go in, right? Survivor, Beastmaster, Ranger, Assassin. So let's have a little look through these and see what we might want to do. Now, you see here, for example, the Lumberjack requires 2 skill points to unlock. So it's not like each of these is just 1 skill point, so you can't necessarily unlock all of them. For example, this one here, Sneak Attack, that would require 3 skill points. We don't have that yet. I think for now, I'm just going to take this Lumberjack one right here. So let's go ahead and unlock that. I'm sure we're going to need a lot of wood early on in the game. And I figure we just will unlock something as we're getting started here. The next thing I'd really like to do is build a bit more of a proper base around this altar that we placed before. And so that's what we're going to get into now. First thing is to go to the construction bench right here. And we can make one of these a construction hammer. So let's go ahead and do that. And we can make up some of these rough stone blocks and also rough wood blocks too. So I'll just make a bit of both for now and we'll see what we actually end up using. What I want to do is I've got this right here, which is kind of my combat and exploring inventory. And then we can make it a second inventory down here, which we can alt to. And this one could be more about building. So when we press B now and press alt, we can switch our hotbars around. And now we've got this right here, which we can build with. Instantly, you can just press alt while you're walking around to switch your inventories. You don't need to go into your backpack to do that. But yeah, that's how we switch between them. Now, I was thinking this flame could be kind of like a little front porch, like front entrance kind of area. And then we'll build in behind it. I think that might be a good way to go. I'm actually using up materials really quickly here, though. So we're going to have to go and get ourselves a ton more materials if we want to build anything substantial. Now, what I want to do, let's go ahead and make ourselves up a little bit. Oh, jeez. Oh, there's a wolf. Okay. He came out of nowhere, that dude. All right, that's him killed. That really shot me. Came out of nowhere there. What I want to do, though, is actually just make up, let's see, we made up some string, and then we can make up a pickaxe. So let's go ahead. String right there. and we've unlocked this, and this will enable us to get stone a lot quicker. So with our pickaxe equipped, I think we can go up to these bigger stones right here and just chop away at these in order to get a lot more stone than just wandering around trying to get it. I accidentally hit the floor as well, and it does change the terrain. I'll just show you if I do it over here. It does make a little dent in the terrain there, so just a little heads up on that one. Now I accidentally just destroyed this right here, this foundation block, and you can see it's actually quite a deep one right there. Just right click with the hammer to do that. But let's go into build mode once again, place that back down. That's cool. I'm wondering now though, maybe we don't need it to be quite such a deep thing. Like maybe if we use, yeah, this one here, scroll across to that one there, this will be thinner and it'll actually use up fewer materials each time. So we'll leave that one that we already placed because otherwise there'll be a big hole in the floor, but there's going to save us a little bit of time for the rest of this build. I'm just thinking for this first build as well, we'll keep it kind of simple. I'm just going to do like a 3x3 type of house, and then as I said, have this little front porch area as well where we've got our altar. With our hatchet equipped, we can now go ahead and chop down some trees as well, and he seems to be really going for these trees, but I'm guessing this is the best way to go rather than just making up an axe. So this is the axe this time, and oh, it does actually do a lot more damage to the tree than the hatchet does. So yeah, we need to use the axe, not the hatchet. I wasn't sure if it would matter or not, but now we know. Now with that done, we can start looking at putting some walls down on our build right here. Just press R to rotate them and get it down so it's like snapping on. And finally a bit of a doorway here for the front of it. Now what we could do though is put some windows in by just right clicking here with the hammer. We've got equipped there just like that. And do I want square windows, or maybe this will look a little bit nicer? I think that's a little bit better, isn't it? So we'll do the same over here on the other side. Yeah, there we go. We can just put them through like that. We've got a couple of windows. The house is starting to take shape. Now, things like beds and fireplaces and stuff like that are all made up in here. So that's the next thing we definitely want to take a look at to make this house into a home. First, though, let's go ahead and craft up these windows because I can see then if they're the right size compared to what we already built. So if I go ahead and select them, let's see. So this is actually going to be the wrong size, so we'll have to like figure that one out, but I'll do that in a sec. I think I'll place one window there just like that, and we'll do the outside of this one as well, which can go in there. Now we just need to fill in these little bits right here. I'm pretty sure by selecting the hammer, if I go into my build mode, we just need to select the 1 meter buildings, which are these ones right here, and we can place this little block like there. Oh, I need to select stone, so let's just right click to get rid of that. And with control, we can change it to wood, not stone. So we can do that, and then another one just in there. Yeah, there we go. And we can fix up our little mistake that we made. Now, let's go ahead and make up a bed here as well. So if we go onto that one right there, can make up the crude mattress. That will do us. And we can actually use that mattress then to make up the crude wooden bed if we get ourselves a bit more string and some animal fur. So with that bed made up, where do we want to place it down? Well, I think maybe just over in the corner here could be kind of good, right? So let's place it like there for now. Like give ourselves a bit of space around it, like maybe like that. Then we can add some decorations to this as we go through. Other things we can make are things like the table right here. You see they do add comfort levels as well, so it is worth making. Let's make up one of those, and maybe like 2 chairs for now, seeing as it's just us that's living in here. And we'll make a candle to put on top of it as well. We're also going to make up a couple of the nightstands as well and put those either side of the bed. So we've got a lot to place down right now. Let's figure out where all this is going. Now we have pretty nice views out this way, so I'm actually going to place this table down just in here like this. And let's do maybe a 2x2 sort of window here, so we've got a bit of a bigger viewing area, just like that. There's quite a nice view out there, as you can see. You can then place these stools down here like this. Now, if we just press R, they rotate around, obviously like that. But if we hold down R, we can actually turn it like this. We can have like one here just like this, and then maybe one that's a bit more pushed in. So it's like one has just been used, and that's why it's coming back a little bit. I think those little touches make the decorations look a bit nicer. Now we want our nightstands, of course, to be placed down, and looks like maybe they need to go, yeah, this way round, because that's where the drawer is. So we'll place that one there just like that. And one over here on the other side too, just like that. Then we can put our little candle out here. I think I'll put the candle just on top there like that. Now let's place down a couple more windows, shall we? So we've been doing it at this level right here. I want to keep that the same. And what I want to do is come over to the bed area here and have a little window next to the bed. So just a little area just like this. Oops, I need to undo that. So we can actually just press Y to undo a build action if we did something we didn't mean to, which is actually really useful. I do like that feature. And let's see, from the edge here, it comes out 1, like 2, and on the third block is where we place it. So that means if I do the same here, 1, then 2, and on the third block, there we go. Oh, and we need to destroy, not place. But this way I can keep the house a bit more symmetrical, and it will hopefully look a little bit better. And now we can put these decorative windows into all the little holes that we've just made, and this will start to take a bit more shape. Just realized we need to make this one a bit bigger, so maybe we'll place it here actually, because the view's gonna be a bit better if we do it that way around, I think. So that'll do. Then now the window will actually fit in here, because before it was a little bit too short. There we go. It's a nice little view, as I say. Now let's go down to, let's see, let's do the 2 meter thing right here, and let's go to one of these and make some columns. And I think we'll make these out of stone because it's out the front here. That seems to make sense to me because we sort of have stone foundations right here. Now, why can I not build that there? That's odd. Oh, there we go. We can get it on the corner there. Very good. Okay. And I might put another one like up on top so we could look up here on each of them. Yeah, there we go. Can have a little sort of porch style area. Now, if I go ahead and place that just up there like that, it kind of makes a nice little porch area as we come into the entrance of this house, doesn't it? I think that looks okay. I would really like to make up a nice door though. So there's a few different designs here we can have. This one right here seems fine, and we can actually craft it up. So let's just use that one for now. Then we'll have a nice front door to get in and out. So we place that in there, and then we can open and shut the door, which is pretty good. We need to craft over here. We need to make up some roof bits. Here we go. So here's roof blocks, and we're going to need, okay, so tar can be used for that one right there, or flintstone and stone for a stone roof, or just plant fiber. So if we get a load of plant fiber, we can make a fiber roof. I think that's gonna be our best bet for now, but as you can see, it's getting a little bit dark. So what I might try and do is see if I can sleep in this bed and try again in the morning. But yeah, we can actually sleep in this bed. That's pretty good. It's not the best right now. We don't have a roof and it's not, you know, the most comfortable and stuff, but it's working, so that'll suit us. Okay, with those roof pieces built up, we just need to go along and, well, build them basically now across our house. So we put them all over this side, rotate them around, do this side. I guess I'll just keep doing that until they meet up somewhere in the middle, and let's see how that goes. So I think making a little ramp like this might be the easiest way for me to get up here to actually build this, because I was kind of struggling to get this to snap on. We can kind of do it like this. I've swapped now to using the 2 meter instead of the 4 meter. And I believe now, wait, do we not? Oh, we need more materials. But I think this will connect up now when we come. Oh my goodness, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, when we do the other side. Let's go get a load more of these materials made up. I did get a ton of plant fiber, just wasn't sure how much of this stuff I'd need to craft up. Oh wow, actually we got through that really quickly. Okay, well let's just see if this connects up. So when we rotate this round, can we get this to snap onto here somewhere? Let's see. Yeah, we can. And it actually, oh, that's really nice. So if we escape out of this bit here on the top gets added, so the game automatically does that, and it's quite a nice feature. It'll make the roof look a little bit better for us. I've just been messing around with building the roof and stuff like that, as you can see here. And if we just walk outside, you see what I've done above the roof there, where I've left a little bit of a gap. I just thought it might look a little bit better than doing just plain old stuff. So the way that we're going to do that, if you wanted to do something similar yourselves, is let's see, well, let's get onto there and into the build menu, and we've got the 4 meter things that go like this. So if I go up to here right now, I can place that one there, rotate twice, and place that one there. Now if we escape out, we've got that, which I think, yeah, it's kind of nice, right? We've got like this little bit of light that gets let in then, and it gives it a bit of design rather than it just being like, you know, all completely wall. The next thing I want to do is make up a fireplace here. I think this will be quite useful. So we've got this one here, the stone fireplace. Let's go ahead and make that. And I'm realizing now, actually, maybe I'll need to make a chimney for this. Let's find that one out. So we can place it in here, and maybe, let's see, maybe in that corner over there would be a good place for it. So if we hold down R, just shift it around like this. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Then we got like a nice little spot in here. Yeah, just like that in the corner. I'll place it down there. That looks pretty good. And let's see, it looks like we can cook on it and stuff, and we don't actually need a chimney. Whether or not we want to build one, like just to make it look cool, like just an aesthetical chimney, that's something we could do. And you know what? It's something I actually am going to do. So if we hold down E, we can actually pick this up, and then I'm going to build like a little chimney area using the build tool. So what I want to do is place the chimney down outside here. So if we place that there like that, then go back onto here, now we can rotate this around. Yeah, this is going to be a better way of doing it, I think, because it just makes more sense that the chimney's placed outside like this rather than inside. And we'll keep rotating these around and do that the whole way up. Now, if we switch back to the wood, we can go ahead and just fill in this little thing here that we did. And then I'll go up and sort the roof out. So now we can just rotate our fireplace around, and let's get it facing in the right orientation, just like that. And we can place it down in here. So let's just get this right. Basically like that. And now the fireplace, it just looks a little bit better like that, I think. I just saw as well, you can actually make up these building scaffolds, which might have been easier for me to have done earlier rather than jumping up on the roof the way that I did. But yeah, at least you guys know this now if you want to do one yourselves. So the house is actually starting to take shape. I think it's looking pretty good, to be honest. Not bad for a starter house, although something we'll definitely expand upon in future episodes. If you want to see episode 2, click the video on the screen right now. And please do consider subscribing if you want to see more Enshrouded content.